Dreamscape presents Tell Me No Secrets by Lynn Chandler Willis, narrated by Rachel Warren. For my granddaughter Paisley, I love you more. Chapter 1. People don't just disappear, unless they do. To begin with, Scott Curry's no-show for work Thursday more than worried me. In the 3 years he'd been delivering the Jackson Creek Chronicle, he'd never skipped work. But when he didn't show or call this past delivery day, his absence at first created more of an inconvenience than concern. As publisher of the town's only newspaper, I had no choice but deliver the papers myself. That was 3 days ago. The mild concern had grown into serious worry. No calls, no emails, no texts, combined with a gnawing feeling something's wrong. Jackson County Sheriff Grayson Ridge chewed on the end of a shank of grass plucked from the riverbank, slowly twirling the other end between his thumb and index finger while I expressed my concern. He ditched the grass, then tucked a wayward strand of auburn hair behind my ear. His way of showing me he was at least listening. His other arm rested at my waist, his fingers laced through the belt loops of my capris. We sat with my son Cole and my 2-year-old adopted daughter Ivy on a blanket spread over a patch of grass about 30 feet from the river's edge, watching a baptism. My 12-year-old daughter Emma, along with other believers, were making their faith public today. I myself was a more private believer. I pushed the thoughts of bad things and Scott Curry out of my head and tried to escape into the jovial mood, into the beauty of the surrounding mountains, but came up short. Although a pleasant 78 degrees, seeing the line of believers standing in that cold river made me shiver. I studied the scene a moment, wondering where they found the courage to do it, to allow the chilled water to swirl around them, to profess their faith. Waist deep in the muddy water of Jackson Creek, Reverend Doretha Andrews lifted her arms toward the heavens, shouting praise in a language I didn't understand. Latin? Or maybe Hebrew. From a cloudless Carolina blue sky, the sun illuminated her face, tears glistening against her ebony skin. Tears of joy? Had to be. She loved saving souls, and the fact one of those souls belonged to my daughter, an added bonus. The water ebbed and flowed around the Reverend, lifting her baptismal robe. The purple garment swirled with the current, splaying on the surface, Doretha anchoring it in place. She'd been my anchor the better part of 27 years. When I was 8, my mother blasted my father to hell with a shotgun and became a resident at the North Carolina Women's Prison in Raleigh, so Doretha took me into the all-faith missionary foster home. A big-bosomed lady with swinging braids, Doretha preached the gospel with a soft voice and gentle manner, except when it came to baptizing new believers. She then became so engulfed with the Spirit, you'd fully expect Jesus Christ himself to open the heavens, swoop down to the river, and hug her. Now, with the church's band and choir making a joyful noise on the bank of Jackson Creek, Emma waited to be dipped along with 6 others. Each of those waiting in line swayed hypnotically to the thumping of the bongo as the water swirled around them. Any other day, my own shoulders would have moved involuntarily to the rhythm of the fiddle, the twang of the banjo, but not today. Not when my instincts whispered something was wrong. It wasn't like Scott to miss work. He has a sister in Ohio, I said in a hushed tone. Maybe we can check with her. Grayson glanced in my direction, the exact destination of his